Hello everyone and welcome. It's Shanna. Now today we're working with this Calls for Confetti postage stamp 2 set, and I am going to be starting out working with sketch 7. We'll do 1 through 7 today, going backwards, because as you know, if you watched my other video, I've been working my way backwards through this KCC 16 sketch. So I've got 7 here, and I'm just going to get my layered panels laid down on here. Now this one I'm going to kind of modify a little bit. It calls for 3 squares that you're going to put on there with a layering piece, but I'm just going to use these envelopes and package to represent the 3 squares that are on the sketch. And we'll just kind of modify it a little bit, and it'll give me an opportunity to really use up some ephemera. Now, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner, I have worked my way through this ephemera. I think there were 40 pieces in this set, and I really, by the time we get done with these 7 cards here today, we will have really used up a lot of that ephemera. So I'm just going to get those pieces laid down on here. And this calls for 3, this sketch calls for 3 banners that you're going to lay on the upper left-hand side of your card sketch. And I'm just going to layer them all together and fishtail them all at once so that they'll all have the same looking fishtail on them. And for this, I brought in a scrap piece of solid red and then 2 scrap pieces of my pattern paper. And I liked that I had some white ones to go along with that red. I think it kind of contrasted nicely on this particular card sketch. And I will have this finished set that I can enter into the Facebook album on Kendra's Card Challenge on Facebook. And I will be entering it into, I think I'm going to enter this one into the November folder. And then I can finish off that Love from Lizzie New Year's set and enter it into the December folder so that I'll have 2 chances to win. So that'll be fun. So if you haven't participated with Kendra's Card Challenge, you'll want to check it out. The YouTube site is at Cards by Kendra. And then, of course, you can go to the Facebook page, Kendra's Card Challenge, and check it out. So I'm just laying some of the embellishments down on this card and getting it organized. Now that For You sentiment that I laid on there, that was something from Spellbinders that I had previously die cut out. And it was laying on my desk, and it was the perfect color with the gray, so I thought I'd use it. So we are going to move on to sketch 6. And like I said, we're going backwards. I started with 15 and going backwards to 1 of the sketches. And it's got a little bit of that rubber from the top edge of your paper pack where they glue it in, and I'm just kind of rubbing it off. I noticed a couple of my sheets of paper here today had that, and you'll see me kind of rub that sticky rubbery glue off that comes on the top of the paper pack. I'm going to use this poinsettia looking pattern paper in the red and just layer it on my gray, and I think it'll contrast nicely against that lighter gray panel that has the Santa's sleigh, the gifts, the naughty and nice stamps, and all the little elements of it. Now this one calls for a thicker banner. This banner here is actually 1 1/4 wide, and it's cut on the diagonal, the banner part is, rather than a fishtail. And I'm going to bring in 2 cups of hot chocolate with marshmallows and cinnamon sticks, and we'll get them laid down on here. This one calls for a layered circle that you would layer on top of each other, but I'm going to layer them side by side, and we'll just have a couple of warm mugs of cocoa. And for that, I thought I'd bring in the Snuggle Season Better Press. It is better pressed and glimmered, and I thought it would look nice with that. I think a warm cup of cocoa and a little snuggling is perfect for the season that we're in now. So I'm going to lay 5 different of these gray embellishments down on my card and just kind of create that visual triangle with those. And that'll finish off this card. So we're going to move on to sketch 5. And this one is a pretty simple sketch. It just calls for a wide sheet down the middle of your card base and then a fishtail banner. And so I'm going to use this red two-tone pattern paper, and we're going to use the packages for the banner. And I cut those out carefully to where I would just have a strip of the white packages, and I thought that looked really cute. And for this one, I'm going to bring in the typewriter, and we'll also bring another one of those packages in and just kind of coordinate with the banner that we've got on there. And I'll bring in some of that fun foam and we'll pop up this package and just kind of layer it over the corner of our typewriter. And for this one, I'm not going to put a cinnamon on. I think it could be a simple note card with the packages and the typewriter there. It could be just a note to say hello or just use it for anything. So we'll just put some embellishments on there. And just using my Sweet Petunia glue press to get everything laid down on there. And this one's just got a piece of the pattern paper that is just pink, and it's got like just little white, almost like snowflakes all over it. They're just real teeny tiny, so it's a very faint pattern on there. And I'm going to town with these embellishments. So that'll finish off sketch 5. We'll move right on to sketch 4, and I kind of modified it a little bit. I'm using that same, I'm using the Dear Santa. It's a pink pattern paper that says Dear Santa on it, and I'm going to use it as my base layer. I'm going to bring in this gray and white striped square and use it. And it also calls for some small pieces on either side of our square, and I'm going to use those strips of the white packages again that I cut away. And I thought this was really cute. I liked how you could cut that piece of pattern paper down and have some nice little strips, and it wouldn't be a full panel of busy packages. So we'll get this laid down on there. And instead of adding the 1.5 inch squares to this panel, I'm going to bring in some of the packages and then one of the postage stamps and just kind of do my 4 quadrants with those. And I thought that'd be a fun little way to use this sketch. And the postage stamp is the one with the ornament that says fa la la. And I thought that would be our little cinnamon on here. And I'll bring in some more of our embellished or gray pieces of embellishment and get them laid down on here. So I'm happy to finish a full set and get it entered into the challenge. A lot of times, because we're doing hops and all the different things, I don't always get a full set created with my, and I'm trying real hard to do that with this. This calls for confetti here, and planning to do that for the next month's entry with Love from Lizzie set. That's New Year's. So I will have 2 entries and I'll be happy with that. So on this, I'm using the deer background panel with the deer antlers. And we're going to use a strip of that Dear Santa pink, and I'm going to layer it with some of these Love from Lizzie pilloffs in the bright red. And we'll just cut that off. I always save the strips because you can use them on something else. And then I'll just use another full-size strip, and we'll cut it down and layer it up. And I really, because I'm going to cover it with the other panel, if I'd put it to the edge, I wouldn't have had to use a full strip. But I'm going to kind of not quite go all the way to the edge with this one. And this is sketch 3. And we'll get this laid down on there. And then for this one, since I used the Dear Santa paper, pink paper, I thought I'd use the Naughty and Nice stamps and just kind of layer them on there. I thought they were kind of fun, and we'll just kind of crisscross them and get them laid down on there. And you can see our ephemera is coming, we're getting real close to using it up. For the extra pieces, I could go back and actually add some to the inside and just finish them off. And that way I don't have any left over, because I have blown up most of this paper pack on this set and almost all the ephemera. So I love when you can do that. So that'll finish off our Naughty and Nice card. And then we'll go to sketch 2. And I'm looking at that, and because it's not cut right, that was the panel in which I cut the strips of the packages away. And I've got another one here, same thing. And so I'm just looking for another piece of pattern paper that I can use to cover it with. And I'm going to bring in some more of that, just pink that has the real faint white little snowflake looking on it. And we'll just back our panel with that. And we'll get that panel laid down on there. And this is one that just calls for 2 different pieces of pattern paper. One of them you're going to cut on the diagonal, which is this piece here. And I've got my reindeer stamps, and they're so cute. The reindeer's got a little gray and white scarf, and his little nose looks like a little, almost like the poof ball you'd have on your little stocking cap. And it's just a really cute reindeer. Pattern. Anyway, I'm going to layer up some more of our antler pattern, and then it calls for a square to go in the center of it. I just added this gray square, and then I'm going to take a peek at my ephemera and see what I want to use. I'm bringing that typewriter back in thinking I might use that, but I don't. Looking at the envelope that I have left, the packages, and then ultimately I'll go with this Let It Snow, and I'm going to just kind of offset it. And I think it turns out cute. I like what I did with it, with the offset. And then I'm just going to go crazy with the embellishments again. I've got 6 at the top and 2 at the bottom. And I'm using my Barely Art glue for those sequins, and I'm hoping that they'll stay on while in the envelopes. And some of these embellishments were like stacked, like stuck together, stacked. And so I was using my fingernails there to kind of pull them apart. They stick together. I think they have like static cling, and they can like stick together. And then we'll get sketch 2 finished up, and I think it's super cute as well. And then off to the left, you can see I've got sketch 1 laying there, kind of how it layers up. So this will finish off sketch 2. And we've got one more, and we've finished this set. So here's the ephemera. I'm just showing you what I've got left there. And I'm going to use this pattern paper that has the letters and the packages and the postal marks and all that on there. And I'm going to layer it up with these pink and snowy strip there, and just lay it on a piece of red cardstock for layering. And it'll go straight down the center. And then we'll layer up our square that we're going to turn on the diagonal, and we're using the reindeer antlers for this. And then I forgot that I needed 2 squares for the corners of my diagonal, so I'll have to bring in some more paper for that. So I got most of this week's videos done on Monday so that I would free up the rest of the week for cooking and time with family. We've got some game nights planned. I'm planning for Tuesday night to bake all my pies, and then Wednesday night I'll put all of my side dishes together, and then Thursday we'll do the actual cooking. Wednesday night, we are actually having game night, and then Thursday will be all day. Just everyone will come over and hang out all day. We'll watch the parade, we'll watch the dog show, we'll play games, we'll probably watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and just have a lot of fun. So I hope you guys all have some plans for Thanksgiving in which you can rest and give thanks and spend time with family and maybe eat some good food and just slow down a little bit and enjoy some peaceful, quiet time. And I just want to express my thanks for all of my viewers. I really appreciate each and every one of you and that you're willing to join me daily for my content and to interact. I enjoy all the comments. I love responding to each of you and getting to know you in a way that we can through our crafting experiences. So I'm going to get this typewriter laid down on this panel, and we'll add a couple embellishments, and that'll finish off this card. And my heat has kicked on. So this we'll have our set of 15 cards, and I will get this entered into the folder on Kendra's Card Challenge, and I will have a chance to win for November. So we'll just kind of recap. I've got all of the cards that we've made today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.